Amos chapter 3 and verse 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai have not done it? Amos chapter 3 and 7. Surely the Lord Yahweh will do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophet. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakah Kadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, to the Akim and the Akwaf listening and learning. Shalom. This is Seek the Most High's Kingdom, and I'm going to do this short lesson. I don't have a title for it right now, but it will be edifying. Yes, we're going to look at this word prophet. You know, in the ancient days, prophets that were sent by the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, they were sent to spread, destruction, to warn the people, to advise the people to turn from their wicked ways. And that would be you so-called Black, Latino, Mexicans, and Native Americans, as you went whoring after other gods. But today, for some strange reason, that has changed. However, today in the Christian church, a prophet or a prophetess, all they can do is prophesy deceit and lies. They can tell you that you're gonna get your blessings and your breakthroughs, but they can't even discern the signs of the time. The prophets of Great Millstones, mainly the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, they've been warning you about the days that we're experiencing now: famine, pestilence, earthquakes, and rumors of wars for 30 years now. Yeah, my first scripture, the featured scripture is going to come out of the book of Habakkuk, chapter 1, the burden which Habakkuk, the prophet, did see. O Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, how long shall I cry, and thou wilt not hear? Even cry out unto thee of violence, and thou wilt not save. And that's what the prophets of old were crying out to the people of Israel about, was violence and the pestilence and famine. And it's quite possible that Habakkuk, he was crying out to the vision that he saw in the future, because a prophecy is not a prophecy about the day, but it's a future prophecies that you speak about. And that's what he's seeing. It's quite possibly that he was seeing this violence that was taking place during the Civil Rights March. It probably was taking place in the 1940s, the 50s, and the 60s. And that's the violence that this devil, Esau Edom, who is the white man, was committing against you so-called Black, Latino, Mexicans, and Native Americans, and still happening today. These images, are not foreign to you so-called Black, Latino, Mexicans, and Native American. These images, they are just as refreshing today as they were in times past, because right now, you so-called Black, Latino, Mexicans, and Native Americans are crying out in the streets right now about this George Floyd's killing, and this what Habakkuk was crying out about even then in the ancient days. Habakkuk chapter 1, verse 3. Why dost thou show me iniquity, and cause me to behold grievance? For spoiling and violence are before me, and there are they, Salakia, and there are that rise up, strife and contention. Therefore the law is slack, and judgment doth not go forth. For the wicked doeth compass about the righteous. Therefore wrong judgment proceedeth. Habakkuk was crying out to the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. He said, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, why are you showing me these images? And the law, the law, both the law and the ordinance of Esau Edom in this captivity, and the law of the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah that he gave you so-called Black, Latino, Mexican, Native Americans, it is slack, because you don't follow the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. And neither does Esau follow his own laws, where he should treat everyone with equal treatment of the law, even in their society, their laws and their ordinances that they have established on the planet Earth. They continue to have different rules and regulations for you so-called Black, Latino, Mexican, Native Americans. So the law is slack in the land. The righteous, are being forsaken in this dreadful place. Esau Edom, who is the white man, they continue to give unequal judgment against you against you so-called Black, Latino, Mexicans, and Native Americans. So, the judgment, the law is slack, both physically and the law, this law, statute, commandments that the Most High gave us, they are slack. So everything about this kingdom, about this wicked kingdom that is ran and governed by Esau, is in wickedness. And you righteous people are forsaken. And why is the law slack against you so-called Black, Latino, Mexican, and Native American? Job chapter 9 and verse 24. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? It shouldn't be no secret in 2020 that you so-called Black, Latino, Mexican, Native Americans don't know who the earth is given it to or who run the entire earth. But for some reason, you guys have blinders on. But for some reason, you so-called Black, Latinos, and Mexican, Native Americans, you guys see something in Esau that the Most High don't see, because he has told you that the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? He's telling you that the earth, because Esau is a proud man, and they'll tell you right now that we the greatest nation on the earth, because they're proud people. Habakkuk chapter 1 and verse 5. Behold, ye among the heathens, and regard and wonder marvelously. I will work a work in your days, which ye would not believe, though it be told you. And that's what's happening right now. You seeing a fall of Esau Edom right before your very eyes. And the prophet's been telling you, and you still don't believe it, because you out here praying for this country. We're going to read that again. Behold, ye among the heathens, and regard and wonder marvelously. For I will work a work in your days, which ye will not believe, though it be told you. And the prophets and the elders of Great Millstone, they are warning you and been telling you that the Most High, and that you are the children of the Bible, you so-called Black, Latino, Mexicans, and Native Americans. And the Most High is doing this, breaking down this kingdom, to give you the kingdom. For lo, I will rise up the Chaldeans, who are the white man, today. That bitter, hasty nation, which is America, which has marched through the breadth of the land to possess the dwelling places that are not theirs. They don't march through all the planet Earth and taking, all the lands that are not theirs. They taking natural resources from all the countries that are not theirs. That's that bitter nation, that so-called white man. Habakkuk 1 and 7. They are a terrible and dreadful. Salakia, they are terrible and dreadful. Their judgment and their dignity shall precede themselves. And it is. You go to any country in America, Mr. Salakia, any country, outside of America, and the people tell you that, that the so-called white man in America, who is an Edomite, they are terrible and dreadful people, and it said their judgment and their dignity shall precede themselves, because they most proud. We're going to read that again, Habakkuk 1 and 7. They are terrible and dreadful. Their judgment and their dignity shall proceed of themselves. And that's, Esau, Edom to a T. Why? Because they are proud people, and they only care about themselves. Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 5. Yea, also because he transgresses by wine, philosophy, he is a proud man. Who is Edom, most proud. We the greatest nation on the earth. We the best people in the world. Neither keepeth at home. Got military bases in over 200 countries, or 60 countries right now, who enlarge his desires as hell, who take over everybody's natural resources. And is as death, who kill everything that he touched. They destroy the ozone. They destroying the ocean. The glaciers are destroying. The foods are destroyed. But most important, They're killing you so-called black, Latino, Mexican, Native Americans in the streets of America. And cannot be satisfied. He can't be satisfied with his death and destruction. He can't be satisfied with having all the money in the world. He can't be satisfied with controlling everything. Now he want to put this RFID chip in you, which is the mark of the beast. So he can't be satisfied. And he gathered unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. And that's what he trying to get now. When you say heapeth unto him all people, you know, by him giving you so-called black, Latino, Mexican, Native American, this RFID chip, you're going to be like his slave again. Habakkuk 1:8. Their horses are also swifter than the leopard, and are more fierce than the evening wolves. Their horsemen shall spread themselves, and their horsemen shall come from far. They shall fly as the eagle, and hastes to eat. And that's all the military hardware. They jets. That's the ships. You know, the horses represent power. And what gives them power? That military, that industrial military complex. Habakkuk chapter 1 and verse 9. They shall come all for violence. Their faith shall sup up as the east wind. They shall gather the captivity as the sand. And they should come up with violence. And that's what the so-called Edomites do, which are the white man. They take everything by violence. Everything that they have attained in this lifetime, in this foundation of America, it's been by violence, you know. And they're gonna gather the captivity of the sand. So the Most High said in Hosea 1:10, though the children of Israel be more than the sands of the sea, that's what he referring to, you know, that they gather the captivity as the sand. And you guys been in captivity for over 400 years here in this captivity, you know, in America. So you got to put on your spiritual body to understand this word. Habakkuk chapter 1 and verse 10. And they shall scoff at kings, and princes shall be scorned unto them. They shall deride every stronghold, for they shall heap dust and take it. And what they scoffing at, their princes will be you so-called Latino blacks, Mexicans, and Native Americans. You know, we are princes of the earth, especially of the elect of the nation of Israel. That's what he's saying. They're going to scoff at. That means like you're going to be, again, you're a proverb and a byword. You know, they're going to put you into captivity. You know, verse 11, then shall his mind change, and he shall pass over and offend in putting this his power unto his God. And who is his God? Really, it's just gold, oil, and drugs. But for the most part, it's that image of Caesar Borgia. You know, that's his God. And that's what they have you so-called black, Latino, Mexican, Native Americans, you know, bound down to today. Habakkuk 1 and 12. Art thou not the everlasting, O Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, my power, my holy one? We shall not die, O Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. Thou hast ordained them for judgment, and almighty power. Thou hast established them for correction. And when the ICBM missiles hit from when all these nations send their nuclear weapons over here and blow up America, that's the judgment that the Most High is talking about, along with you 2/3. Habakkuk chapter 1 and verse 13. Thou art of purer eyes than to behold evil, and canst not look on iniquity. Wherefore lookest thou upon them that deal treacherously, and beholdest, Salakia, and holdest thy tongue when the wicked devour the right, when the wicked devour the man that is more righteous than he. And who is more righteous than Esau? That'll be you so-called black, Latino, Mexicans, and Native Americans. You are the righteous of the planet Earth. Esau, Edom, and the other heathen nations, mainly Esau, they are the unrighteous. Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and verse 6. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low places. I have seen servants upon horses, and princes walking as servants upon the earth. And this right here happened in 2000 and I think 19. It was last year, you know, where you had this officer in Texas. As you can see, you got a servant on top of a horse, and a prince is walking behind, you know, because why? Because in Ecclesiastes 10:6, it said, Father is set in great dignity. I've seen servants upon horses and the rich walking behind, roughly paraphrasing, as servants. And this was happening right now. You know, you can't make this up. And what did the Most High say about you so-called black, Latino, Mexicans, and Native Americans? Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, thy power. The Most High Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, thy power, have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. So in these last days, which they're gonna implement the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast. You so-called black, Latino, Mexican, Native American return to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and of Jacob. Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai is his name. Resist the devil and the craftiness of the devil, because this is coming down the pipe. Because this dollar is being devalued. The dollar is no longer any good in America. So this RFID chip, the mark of the beast, will be implemented soon. So we're going to read Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6 again. For thou art an holy people unto the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, thy power. The Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, thy power, have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. And that will be you the elect of you so-called black, Latino, Mexicans, and Native Americans. So, turn to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and of Jacob. This wasn't meant to be a long lesson. I hope it was an informative lesson. Again, I want to give all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and to you Akim and you Akwaf, listening and learning. Shalom. And again, this is Seek the Most High's Kingdom. And I hope this lesson has been edifying.